She was associated with the National Stock Exchange in a key position since its very inception in 1991. In fact, she was initially chosen as someone who would bring in an era of clean and transparent trading. And today, she is at the center of a big controversy involving alleged illegal acts at the NSE. This is the story of Chitra Ramakrishna. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Apurva, and if you haven't subscribed to TFI English yet, please hit the subscribe button and also click on the bell icon to receive all the latest updates. Coming back to the story, I will tell you the full story of Chitra Ramakrishna, the master con who gamed the NSE. So, let's begin. On Saturday, an anticipatory bail application filed by the former CEO of the National Stock Exchange was rejected by a Delhi court. A day later, CBI arrested the former top NSE executive in the 2018 case of bourse manipulation. This was the second big arrest in the case. Earlier, the probe agency had arrested former NSE Group operating officer Anand Subramanian. Now becoming the MD and CEO of the National Stock Exchange is no mean achievement. So Chitra Ramakrishna's story is a proper story of her rise and fall. Let's trace it. Chitra Ramakrishna's rise to the top started in 1990s, having started her career in the project finance division of IDBI. In 1985, Ramakrishna rose quickly. Both Ramakrishna and her predecessor Ravi Narain were handpicked from IDBI by its then chairman S.S. Nadkarni. Nadkarni himself is an illustrious name in India's regulatory sector and had even served as the SEBI chairman. Ramakrishna worked for SEBI for a brief time before joining the NSE. The National Stock Exchange was set up in 1991 and R.H. Patil, Naren and Ramakrishna comprised its core team. She was even a part of the core 5-member team selected by the government in the early 90s to create a screen-based pan-Indian stock exchange that would enable clean and transparent trading. At that time, the BSE was hit by the Harshad Mehta scam, and therefore the government was keen on ensuring clean trading. A chartered accountant by training, Ramakrishna was made the MD and the CEO of NSE for a period of 5 years, starting April 1, 2013. Things were going fine for Chitra Ramakrishna. The NSE turned into the largest stock exchange in the country, and she was credited with having played a key role in its spectacular rise. But in December 2016, Chitra Ramakrishna stepped down as the managing director and CEO of the exchange. It was presumed that she had differences with some board members. However, corruption charges followed soon. In April 2019, SEBI asked NSE to disgorge an amount of Rs 6 to 4.89 crores with interest thereon calculated at 12% per annum from several persons including Chitra Ramakrishna and Naren. The NSE was asked to disgorge this amount to the Investor Protection and Education Fund in a co-location case in which some brokers had gained unauthorized access to the NSE system. In August 2020, SEBI also imposed a penalty of Rs 50 lakh on the NSE for changing the terms of Ramakrishna's remuneration and giving her an enhanced and parting sum when she quit without SEBI's permission. On February 11, 2022, NSE, Ramakrishna and Naren and others were penalized again by the SEBI, this time for the appointment of Anand Subramanian as Group Operating Officer and Advisor to MD in violation of securities contract rules. A shocking detail came out with SEBI's February 11th order. It pointed out that Ramakrishna, the former MD and CEO of the NSE, was guided by a faceless Siddha Purush or Yogi, a Paramhansa who may be largely dwelling in the Himalayan ranges for 20 years. The market regulator stated it is the unknown person who was running the NSE, and Ramakrishna was merely a puppet in his hands. Chitra Ramakrishna too has reportedly claimed that she took instructions through email from an unidentified Siddha Purush dwelling somewhere in the Himalayas. Who is this Siddha Purush? Special Judge Sanjay Agarwal, who declined Ramakrishna's anticipatory bail plea, stated, "At this stage, it could not be said prima facie that the role of the present accused was not under scanner. It further appears prima facie that the applicant had introduced a non-existing person to mislead the investigation agency, which may also show her convenience in the matter." An earnest and young audit report, on the other hand, indicated that the Siddha Purush may be Anand Subramanian himself. Meanwhile, probe agencies haven't yet reached any conclusion about the identity of the unknown person. The identity of the faceless person remains a mystery. However, Chitra Ramakrishna's story is turning out to be eventful. She rose quickly in India's stock market circles, but her fall has been just as steep.